Hello, YouTube. My name is Ashir. Let's go over how to do the venture mission. Oop, Escort Allied Diplomat. This is one of the harder missions to do because everyone's sending through ships that can instantly snipe your ships that you're escorting. And the ships that get sent through lock on to the ship you're escorting and won't fight you till it's dead. So quick ships come in, quickly blow up the target, and then they're gone. And there's nothing you can do about it, right? Well, you can do something about it. So the first thing that I want to address real quick is when you do this, the first thing that's going to help you out the most is picking a location for your venture station. And what location should you pick? Well, since how the venture missions like that spawn around your venture station, the easiest thing to do will be to pick a sector, and this one in the background would be one of the more perfect sectors that only has one way in, because the ships you will be escorting will then come in through the sector or into the sector and be only have one path to your station. And you should probably build your station close to the gate. So when the ships jump through, they're right at your station, they land quickly, and it doesn't take a lot of time. The less RNG you can, or the more RNG you can mitigate by doing this, the better, right? You don't want to ship like way out there that's gonna get ambushed. You have like 4 different directions to choose from, like I do. But I'll still show you how you can complete that, even if your station isn't in a good spot. But the more you can mitigate RNG, the better. So choosing a station where there's only one entry point, like Trinity Sanctum 7 here. This is a good spot for a venture station because that ship has to come back to your station that you build with the venture dock on it. So what else can you do? Well, let's go over to my venture station. That's in a great spot if you want a station supplied. This is a terrible spot if you want to put your venture station on to escort ships to, because there's 5 connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different spots a venture ship can come from. They can come from Black Hole Sun. They can come out from Second Contact, all the way in True Sight, or Argon Prime, or the Void. So this is a really bad spot. I should have thought about this when I made my venture station. But as you can see, I've done something about that. And that is just a few laser towers. Only about 1,000 laser towers. And now this will be the method if you have a long trip to your venture station, like any ship making it through the Void would, or any other spot. And the only good part about this station is that it's right next to the highway, but the escort ships seem to ignore the highway and they don't use their travel drives. So they're intentionally choosing the slowest ways possible to get to your station. So the best ways to mitigate that are, as I showed you, that this sector over here that only has one entrance. The other way to do it is to be a good teammate and good teammates, I'm not necessarily saying this is a good teammate, but help your teammates out by sending ships to your on venture missions when you log out for the night and do brain fuel mining as your last thing. Send an alligator that can move at 1,600 meters a second, and this ship, you'll notice on this mission, has a 0% chance of losing that ship. These ships get used for that diplomatic mission for other players. So if you set up a ship like this that's really, really fast, it's going to help so much because the super fast ships that come in to shoot that ship and immediately kill it won't be able to keep up, and that ship will make it 9 times out of 10. Even the boa for another missions like field musters, alligator or boa, um, these missions down here that are just trade ships. These ships also get used for that. You know, you log out for the night for a 7-hour mission. This boa right here, 700 meters a second. That's combat engines Mark IV plus a mod or two on it. 0% chance of losing the ship, so it's perfectly fine to use these ships. Mod them out so they're as fast as possible. That's going to help your whole team out. Doesn't matter which you chose the Rennie side, you chose the Sin side, doesn't matter. Those ships are going to help your team out the most. So there's two ways of mitigating a lot of problems right there. Helping your team out with better, faster ships, and choosing a good spot. Laser towers are the next step because those ships are fast. Any incoming ship is going to be a lot faster. It's NPC controlled. It's likely going to get onto the target before you realize it's there. So what can you do about it is put laser towers down. You need something that can react nearly instantly to any threat coming from any direction. Ships in a fleet aren't as fast. They're as good as you make them, but usually you'll want something that's a fighter. Usually slow, won't be able to keep up to these super fast katanas. So you need something that's already in place that can react immediately. The laser tower is going to be your best friend when it comes to escorting some of these ships, and a whole bunch of laser towers. Because these enemy ships come in hostile to you, which means your laser towers will target them down and blow them up. So now that I've gotten all the talking bits out of the way, let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm using my Discoverer Ship Stealer, Discoverer Vanguard, and I have some smaller ships. These are all stolen Gladiuses, so they're all slower than Tar. They're not going to catch a target that's fast, but when they catch up, they are going to destroy it. So the primary means of protecting any ships that I'm escorting, them laser towers. So let's do a mission real quick, just to show you that this is working at least half of the time. All right, let's see what terrible spot they get put out at. Way over here. Oh, but I'm in luck. They're using their travel drive. So this mission has a few parts to it that are tricky to understand until you know. The first part is fly to the ship that's your ally ship. Notice they're brain fuel mining. They're not an escort ship. So what they're going to do, usually for me, is they will use their travel drive until you get close to them and complete this first step of the ship, or the mission, the ship. So what you do is wait for for them to use their travel drive to jump through the gate and get close to your station. That'll be one of the easiest ways to get this mission complete. Don't go and engage them way out here unless you absolutely have to. Some ships will travel to the center of a sector and just stop, and you're going to have to go out there and talk to them. And you will have to escort them into the sector, and they'll more than likely get blown up along the way because they're using a very slow ship. Let's see what my ally is using here. It's a Perpoise. The Perpoise is fairly fast, actually, uh, on conventional drives, but I don't know what level their engines are. If they're level 1 engines, they're a little slow. But if they're level 3 engines, it has a lot better of a chance. The faster your ship goes on conventional drives, the higher your chances are that it's going to make it. Ooh, I should have gone and parked at the gate.
Autopilot engaged.
Another reason why this sector is really bad is it's full of asteroids, and it's really bad for my FPS and streaming. But you'll notice the ship has come
Porpoise.
through.
Mineral.
So as soon as I
Autopilot
approach it,
disengaged.
the mission updated. Now I press my
Captain,
comms button.
plotting
Tell it
course.
ready for escort.
Be prepared for combat encounters.
Now then, as soon as you do those two steps, that activates the mission for the enemy ships to come in and blow this ship up. So let's actually see what they've got. So this ship is an all Mark 1 ship. So it's pretty slow, but it's a whole lot faster than a drill. Or no, actually, this is about the standard rate, 279. That's a little faster than what everybody else is using right now. Still fairly slow. But I've waited for the ship at the gate, and now I have this heavily defended sector that it flies through, plus an escort of fighters that are on an intercept order or intercept for commander order on my ship. Not the ship I have to escort because I don't think I can assign any orders to that. But it's assigned on my ship for intercept for commander. That means anything that gets close to my ship that's hostile will be engaged by all of these. So if you're lucky, none of the ships, enemy ships, venture ships, will come even close. And sometimes it seems like there will be a cooldown timer, so your ship will make it unscathed if you try this over and over again. It looks like you do luck out sometimes. But most of the time, these Sin ships will come in, get caught on the laser towers, get blown up before they even get close. And that's what you want when you're doing this escort. I didn't expect to do this on the first take, but you know what? Take it.
I've got you in my sights.
I don't even think that this ship's going to get harassed the whole way there. Well, that'll give me more time to talk about the next thing that you want to do for your venture station. I don't know how much this helps or not. It seems to help at least a little bit of the time. But the next thing you want to do for your venture station, you'll notice, let's just zoom in and take a peek, that there are docking areas on each side, flipped on its side, for each of the directions, one on bottom, two on top. Literally, the idea of this is to get that ship close to the station, whether they're above it, below it, left, right, upside down, whatever.
Great work.
Requesting
They'll
permission to dock.
they'll dock as fast as they possibly can. That's the idea.
Need an asteroid.
So they chose the nearest spot to dock. They're immediately docking on it, and once that's done, mission complete. You can move on to the next ones. So I
I'm
didn't.
so glad that's over.
There you go. Easy mission. I didn't expect to do that on the first take, so I'm going to try it one more time. This will be some bonus footage. Let's see if we can get an attacker in here harassing a ship, or see if I can get really bad luck and get a very slow ship. Okay, well, cool. I'm going to send out this again. I am still playing the game while making these videos, by the way. I'm just, you know, trying to help out as many people on my team, or, just help out as many people as possible. So let's try this again. As soon as this mission fails or completes, you can accept it again immediately. Let's see how unlucky we got this time.
Autopilot explosion imminent.
We'll have to do more damage than that.
Alright, so it looks like the HOP and the Argonne are having a nice, lovely war. So I got really unlucky here. And this is a bolo. What that means is this ship is really, really slow. It's going to be as slow as possible because this is just somebody who logged off while doing brain mining or whatever. Well,
Entering
yeah, it's minerals, so
second
they're doing
contact.
brain mining.
7.
They didn't intend this ship to be the escort ship, but any ship that gets sent out on brain mining or delivering coalition supplies is a valid ship to be a diplomat in my universe. So now this ship
Autopilot disengaged.
is out here, and notice it's not moving. It's not using its travel drive like the other ship was coming through the gate. So this ship is dead in the water, just waiting to be killed by a super fast ship. And my escort can't keep up with me, so this is like the worst of the worst. No defenses, no laser towers, the worst possible setup. A really slow ship
Bolo.
because
Mineral.
they probably don't realize that they should be using fast ships for these missions and that the mining type doesn't matter or the ship type doesn't
Captain,
matter. So
plotting course.
use the fastest ship and
Be
put the most
prepared for
guns on
combat
it as
encounters.
possible. Yeah, they got mining lasers on it. They don't realize that this ship just sits out here and does nothing and then goes back and they get the brain fuel no matter what. So put some actual weapons on your ships too. Oh, this one's actually about 100 meters a second faster than most ships. Most people are using drills right now, which are slow. Slower than slow. It's horrendous. And most other people's ships are trade ships. And almost all the trade ships on conventional drives are 150 meters a second. So if you're escorting a sitting duck like that, you might as well just look around for the ship that's coming in and try to steal that ship and just wait for it to kill the ship you're escorting because 9 times out of 10 that ship's gonna die. Unless you have fast interceptors that can take out the offending party quickly. But even then, even as you start killing, let's say you've killed your fifth, sixth ship in a row, it then starts spawning more and more ships right next to that ship. And the dreaded Kurokami with all light torpedoes or whatever it has, the missiles that it has, come in and instantly snipe that ship before you can react. It has happened to me, it's happened to everyone else. Those ships are just terrible to escort because they're so slow. So we should see some action on this one. The game hasn't been kind enough to give me two freebies in a row, and I've been testing this pretty extensively. Watch me get 2 in a row and it just make it look simple. No way, though. No way does that happen. I put all these advanced satellites out here in these areas because I like to have vision, and it doesn't seem to impact my performance too much until I went a little overboard on the laser towers. Oh, here comes a ship. Nova Vanguard. Where's the katanas? Where's the high-speed katanas and falxes that keep coming in and destroying everything? Oh, there we are. Oh, there's a Thresher, so I don't know if that's gonna do it. Threshers are not necessarily the best ship. They sound good with all their extra turrets, but they're
Pressure.
not. Warren ships are not necessarily the best combat ships for destroying other ships.
I cannot just let you get away with that.
So yeah, they're locked onto the other ship. The only reason the Thresher's even attacking me is because it has so many extra turrets on it that it can't afford to. And just now my wing kicked in and is starting to attack the ship and destroy it.
I am done for.
So if that was an actual kitted out ship like a Katana with mezzanine streams, railguns, you name it, this ship would already be dead.
Nova. Vanguard.
I mean, even a Nova Vanguard is dangerous to the ship. Because it's just a trade ship.
Mercy.
Or it's just a bolo. Just a mining bolo. Even worse. And it doesn't have any guns on it, so it's not going to defend itself. Look how long it's taking me to kill this ship, too. All I got is a Pulse Laser Mark II, and I've got the Argon Ion weapon. So I strip shields really quickly, but then I can't kill the hull. So I'm relying on the wing to destroy ships for me, if there's something dangerous. Or the ship just dies. Most of the time when the ship's out here, where I have no laser tower set up, ship will just die. And then I'll usually steal the attacking ship by making the crew bail. And that's what I've done with all these ships in the wing. These were attacking ships that were attacking the escort ships. And so that's where all these ships came from. I didn't pay for them. I did outfit them because I have the money to do so.
Now. Big words, pilot.
Don't tell me that's another thresher. Okay, so we got a Kalis. That's not the most dangerous ship in the game by far. Only 2 guns on it. It might be enough, but here's the danger. Ah, a Dragon Raider. 6 forward firing weapons, and it's locked onto on that ship.
Dragon.
There's
Raider.
no way that I'm gonna be able to even get close to destroying this thing before it wipes out that ship I'm escorting.
Is that the
All
best?
plasma. Plasma is terrible as a forward firing weapon. And even then, it's still gonna wipe out that ship before I can save it.
Terrifying.
That was not your cleverest idea.
We cannot tolerate your actions. Stop your attack immediately.
That's a funny bug. I think it did actually hit the allied ship there for a second. Well, maybe I'm a better pilot than I think I am. Well, actually, it's all the asteroids. It's all the asteroids playing with the pathing here.
Spare me.
I'm just hitting it with the ion weapon. It's the Mark II variant, so it barely deals any hull damage.
Sorry.
Because I want that ship more than I want the Diplomat to make it. I've had a Diplomat make it enough times that I don't need to do this mission anymore. I'm just showing that you can steal enemy ships. And that you can still get your escort done if you keep trying enough.
I won't let you get away.
Eventually, I think you do get one freebie.
My ship's done for.
So maybe you don't even have to do all these precautions that I've taken. Place down 900 laser towers. Mark II, by the way. No, it's dead. My escort caught up. No mods, dang. That was a good candidate for mods too.
Bolo. Mineral.
The ship I'm escorting went hostile because I attacked it. Whoops. I guess I'm not going to escort it anymore. My own ships are going to finish it off. Oh, it made it. Talk about a blooper. Whoops. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's gonna die to the Thresher. Ooh. Okay, so these ships are interesting because you notice that the name is pink and there's no player owner. So NPC ships do spawn in as part of this mission and they will attack. And I think that's what most of my fleet here is just NPC ships. There weren't enough player ships to spawn in. So either the dev ships or NPC ships, basically the same thing. uh, will there always be an attacker for this mission? Or there should always be, I guess. I do think that first ship I escorted was a fluke. That has not been my experience very often. It has happened once or twice, though. So most of the time, a medium-sized ship will swoop in, almost instantly destroy your escort target, and then you're done for. So if you're having troubles with this mission, laser towers are your friend. Location is your best. Your best option is location, location, location first. One entry point into your venture station. Place it as close to the gate as you want to or can afford. And when they only have one entry point, they're going to be 1 or 2 jumps away. You can wait for them to come through to be 1 jump away and then talk to them and then place laser towers down in between the most common routes they take into the jump gate or then from the exit point to your venture station. Then you'll always have something that will instantly react to a hostile. And you, as long as your ship is right there, even the NPC pilots, when you shoot them, will become hostile with you, so the laser towers will activate, flip over, and kill them for you. So laser towers are your friend, locations are your friend, mitigate some RNG, and this mission should be fairly easy. Anyway, that's the video. Hope it helped someone. If you liked it, please like the video. If you have a comment, maybe you know how to do this better, leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.